Hey there, thanks for tuning in today. So last week I spoke at an event called the Queensland Association of Collaborative Practice. It was their annual conference for Queensland, but they had collaborative practitioners from around Australia and New Zealand there, which was fantastic. I just wanted to share, first of all, maybe explain what collaborative practice is in case you don't know. And I think it's such an incredible thing in the legal profession mainly, though it is expanding to finance professionals as well. Basically, let's give an example. Two people going through divorce. Typically, if you hear the word divorce, you think this is going to be costly because of the legal fees. That's an instant association. It's going to be hard work. We're going to get litigation. It's going to go to court. It's going to be messy. There is another way, and the other way is collaborative practice, which is really around getting two people to amicably, if that's possible, separate, but they do it through a collaborative process where it is client-led. Now, this is really different. So it's not the lawyers dictating everything, but it's the clients that decide when they're going to meet, what their payment schedule looks like, and it's a mediated process. So one person would need to have a collaborative lawyer, the other person would also need to have someone that's trained in collaborative practice, and then they meet together with a mediator and go through settling their separation through looking at things like time with kids and custody and negotiating everything that comes with a separation. So I think it's a more human way. I think it's a fantastic method. And I don't know if enough people know about it because I only found out about this because I actually know Clarissa, who is the president of the Queensland chapter of Collaborative Practice. And we were having dinner a couple of years ago in Hobart and she was telling me about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, why don't more people know about this? Because it just seems to be like the old way of just traditional law firms hitting people up, and you actually spend more on the lawyers than you do settling your divorce. So anyway, I spoke at this event and I was the only non-lawyer there speaking. I shared a variety of different things because of what I guess my whole premise of the speech was around trade-offs. Because what you're doing in one of these cases is you're trading things off. It's a negotiation. And we also do that in work, but also the roles we play. And although I'm not a certified collaborative practitioner, a lot of the work I do with clients is really around collaboration and negotiating and getting people aligned, which uses a similar skill set. And again, it's part of playing on trade-offs. So I was thinking about, I played off these four dualities. One was around what I noticed like back in 2019 when I started doing this work, I was playing the hero. And now I find my clients, I'm playing more of the guide. That includes a lot of co-creation work, creating a process, stepping them through it, being the coach, being shoulder to shoulder versus being the expert. That's been one shift I've noticed. And actually, this is really great because AI can be the hero, right? AI, we've got the tools for intelligence, that can be the hero, but people still need that support, accountability, validation as they work through. So that's a big one. The other thing I talked about was moving from appointments to access. So I know with law firms, it's all about the appointment and a lot of it's like in person and it goes for an hour, it's really set. But what I shared is that I do stuff with my coaching work that is on demand, like my Leanne on demand advisory is behind the scenes, WhatsApp, emails if we need, Zoom calls if we need on demand, and it's responsive and it's convenient. So that was another thing I brought up. And then I linked this to, this is where I wanted to steer the conversation. In public for the first time, I shared my Leanne's obnoxious business model pyramid or hierarchy. I haven't really officially called it anything, but I probably will. I'll probably share it on LinkedIn at some stage. It's a 3-tier pyramid. Down the bottom is getting paid to use my hands and feet. That's the bottom rung. And that's like doing all the doing. And I did a lot of this early on in my career where I would have a coaching call and then I would be the one writing up all the action items and sending it to the client. I would do reports. I would just do a lot of the running around, like on my feet, doing stuff for people. And it was only when I was in a mastermind with Alan Weiss that Steve, who I've actually shared a conversation with him on the show a few months ago. Anyway, he said, I just want to get paid to think and speak. I was like, oh, that's great. So that's my second rung, right? So being paid, instead of using your hands and your feet and doing the doing, you're getting paid now for your ideas and for how you communicate. Through writing, I would even add writing as part of that. And so ideally where I am at the moment is I feel like I'm spending more of my time on that tier because AI has really helped me step away from the hands and the feet, or it's accelerated, it's made it easier. So I spend less time down the bottom. Then the top of the pyramid, this is where it gets obnoxious, is just getting paid to be myself. And that's where I want to head to. This is my mission for my business. My business model is to just get paid to be who I am. And I've touched on this a few times, like I've made it to this tier a few times. One is definitely the red carpet experience where Like that is just joyful, like long lunches, champagne, rooftop bars, great conversations with aligned people who are awesome. We're creating valuable things, but it's just me in my zone of genius. And I think that's just getting paid to be myself. There's been various strategy sessions and work through this year and last year where it's, oh, this is so aligned. I'm so enjoying this. It's so fulfilling and easeful. And it's just that intersection of great and highly valuable for the client because they're getting the results too. So I shared that with the conference guests and got everyone to reflect on where they are. And during the morning tea break, a lot of people came up to me and was like, oh, I'm spending a lot of time here. Or I've got junior lawyers that's spending like 10 hours doing this. And it's, yeah, you can just use these tools to speed it up. And so I just wanted to share that model for you, just to maybe you can reflect on where you're spending your time, maybe what your business model pyramid might look like if it's as obnoxious as mine, and maybe what are one or two things you could do to move yourself higher on that pyramid. Thanks so much, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.